Hello all my gardening friends. Just out here in the worm room, harvesting some castings. Now, what we're doing here, finished end of the bin, shake it, turning it into nice, simple castings. Actually, it's pretty close to vermicompost rather than pure castings because there is a few scraps of things in there. Now, this is the finished end of the bin. Over here is what we call pre-compost. Now, anything that doesn't go through the sifter gets dumped back into the pre-compost. And that's this. This is paper scraps, come through my micro shredder, food scraps, and then, like I said, the returns from the sifting goes in here also. Now, this is actually kept with a heat mat on top, some insulation, and it perks along composting. Temperature of 73 degrees, not due to the heat mat, but just due to active hot composting. The heat mat is actually set at 69 degrees, and so it hasn't turned on yet. Now, this, as I said, is the finished end. I just sifted out this bucket of castings, and you can see they're pretty fine. Not much scraps of paper or anything left in it. Pretty well worked over by the worms. Now, I take this and end up dumping it over here in my casting bin. Now, this, along with the bin below it, has been harvested all winter. We harvest about every couple of weeks. This will all go in the garden this spring. Then over here, to keep things moving, I'm going to dig down, shuffle over some more almost finished castings. Let them dry a bit here. And in a couple of days, I'll sift that. So the center portion here is castings that are almost done. It's covered by a moisture barrier mat and extends over to this end. Now this end is the active feeding end. And here are all of the worms under this heating pad, recently fed, and you can see how busy they are working down in here. Their temp is about 60 degrees, which is beautifully comfortable for compost worms. And they will keep feeding on paper scraps, veggie scraps from that pre-compost bin that I showed you. They're literally thousands of worms in here. And they're going to continue to work and do a very good job of breaking down all of this paper scraps and food scraps. In fact, they've done such a good job on the paper scraps cardboard boxes run through my micro shredder that we've actually been able to cut down to a smaller size garbage can because we don't have quite so much waste. So back here, finished end, I'll let it dry for another week, and then we'll go ahead and harvest again.